So we're here.
Yes, sir.
The KINGSMEN. This is I guess we can't say a long time coming, but if you count the days, it's been a long time coming.
And when you're building something, you're counting the days, right?
Yeah. So, man, this is special. I know that what we have to say and the things that we talk about on this podcast, it's not for everybody. It's for any man, but not for every man.
Right.
But it's for the one who, knows who he's supposed to be and knows that he wants to be more.
Right.
Just haven't made it around the right type of circle yet. So, like, I know that to the young man and even to the old that are searching, they'll find the right community here at the KINGSMEN. And I believe for it. Man. What about you?
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to build this out. I'm excited to have our rental bus that's going to the airport to pick up the people for the event.
That's exciting.
To hey, next event, make sure you get the passports.
Oh,
right?
hey.
Okay, so let's talk about this a little bit. So it's funny, right? Because we are around people and entrepreneurs. Entrepreneurship is a very lonely journey normally. Right?
Oh, yeah.
So let's talk about yourself, right? So you do food truck chef.
Yes, I am Reggie of Reggie's Ribs. I like the way meat sweats on the grill. Okay?
There we go.
I can jerk chicken. I can jerk steak.
Okay.
If you're not careful, I'll jerk your whole darn plate.
Look at that.
It happens like that.
Oh, look at that. So that journey that you've been on so far, what are some of those? I guess the question is, like, how lonely can it be sometimes? And because I would imagine those quiet, lonely moments are usually where people quit.
Sure.
You know, how many people have wanted to do what you're doing, right? And if you think back years ago to when you first wanted to get out there and see if you were good at this, can I take a stranger's money? Can I make a living off of this? There's probably certain moments where you kind of prayed to be where you're at today.
Yeah, absolutely. But I know first and foremost the circle wasn't created for me, and it maybe for any man the circle is not come already. Like, you're not already blessed enough to just be around the right people. So I had to go find the right people. But like you mentioned, in that time where it's just you and you wonder, can you do it? Those are the times where you need to go and search out a community of people who, if they haven't already reached, they're reaching. They're making the right strides.
Yeah.
And I think that's what life is anyway. Making the right strides in the right direction.
Yeah.
A lot of people making the wrong strides in the wrong direction. But
so what I was gonna get at is, like, we know a lot of entrepreneurs, and it just seems like women are great at getting together.
Oh, yeah, very good, very very well. And you know what? It's funny because I can think about a couple years ago, women just being so catty, and anytime that they wanted to throw an event together or even just get together, if things didn't happen a certain person's way, they fought a lot.
Yeah.
But since the rise of, like, women coming together and they made that thing cool and, like, special to do that, I think less cattiness now and more of them coming together. And I think they don't even have to have a real reason to come together now anymore.
Right. Yeah. So definitely as men, we want to make sure that, we see the value. We see the value not only of community, but of removing isolation. I think
Sure.
Not only as entrepreneurs, but also just as a man, period. I think a lot of times, first of all, life is full of life, right?
And it be life.
Yeah. And okay, so let me talk about a book. One of my favorite books I read. I don't know if it was last year, year before, but whatever it was, and it was in January, because I remember it being the end of the year, and I was like, that's still my favorite book that I read this year. And it was The Richest Man Who Ever Lived.
Yeah.
Right. And
derived from the book of Proverbs.
That's right.
Yeah.
Solomon. And one of the biggest principles that I got out of that book was wise men seek counsel.
Yeah, of course.
And I know I can tell you countless times, my wife and I are going to make a decision, and we got everything laid on the table, and we can't imagine what else there is to see. But because it was so important, I said, let's just seek counsel. Like, just for the sake of principle, if nothing else.
Yeah.
And so many times it was like, so glad we did.
Yeah.
So glad we did.
What I've learned over time is two types of people in terms of how you can see things. There are people who are really good at looking ahead. You know, like they can see far down the road. Maybe
see the corner before you turn.
Maybe some people have been through different things, and so they're like, oh, I've driven this, I've walked this path before, right? And that's good to be able to, you know, see. I think parents, you know, for the most part, kind of see ahead most times when they see their child going down like the wrong path. But then there's another type of person who is very, very, very good at seeing above. And to see above is important for two reasons. Number one, you want to be preventative in a different way that you couldn't if you were only looking ahead. Yeah. You can only see so far. Looking above, you can see a wider range of things, and maybe some things that are far left or far right. And not to look in your rear view or anything like that, but also to be able to acknowledge where you came from anyway. If you're looking above, if you're looking, if you can only see ahead, you can only see what's in front of you. That's good, but looking above is like.
Now, when you say look above, I think of two things. So I wanted you to clarify.
Yeah.
Like to look above, like to look up to God, or or to like look from above to kind of see the bigger picture.
Yeah, from above, like to see a bigger picture. Like I believe full on that you can see more higher. Like it's we take a helicopter up right now. We go straight up. We can see the whole city.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what type of glasses we have, what kind of supersonic, you know, seeing we can be enhanced with because of like AI glasses. We'll only be able to see.
So funny you say that. I got off a flight yesterday morning, and my flight came in around 6 o'clock, right around sunrise, and the whole city was blanketed with clouds. And I was showing my son this video that I recorded of it, and it's just a little time lapse. And the plane, you see the wing, you see the clouds, and then it cuts down, and then it's just a city. And then so I was to be honest, a little worried. I've taken a million flights. I'm sure you have. And you kind of get used to the routes and the paths, you know, when they're going to land. Sure. This thing went, like, we were way north of O'Hare. It went all the way to the lake and, like, kept going. And I'm like, are we going to Indiana? Like, where are we going right now? You know? And then it, you know, cut a U and it came back. But it was just so cool to be above, and I'm like, and there's Wrigley Fields.
There you go.
And there's that. And, you know, obviously you see the, you know, downtown and whatnot, but I'm looking at the streets. I'm like, yeah, okay, that's Grand Avenue. There's some hot dogs right there, you know? So there's definitely something different and unique from seeing above.
Yeah. So, guys, if we haven't told you already, welcome to the KINGSMEN Podcast. We talk money, we talk mindset, but more importantly, we talk leading your household. And we really want to redefine what it looks like to be a man in today's time. I myself, I'm from the west side of Chicago. Enoch, where you from?
Same thing.
West side. We sorry for anyone who doesn't come from that side of town. But I think it made me. I think it broke me in a lot of different ways. I actually moved to the south side for a bit. I had my run in with Humboldt Park as well. I went to high school in Humboldt Park.
Yeah, I lived on the south side by like 45th and Archer.
It's not deep south, but
my oldest son, who's 15 now, was
they
2.
call that the low end.
Yeah, no, you're right. But check this out. Went to Walgreens, tried to do the family thing, like took some decorations, put them on the lawn. Next morning, they're gone. They're on the neighbor's lawn.
Nice.
Gotta love a south side.
They got these decorations just for us.
Yeah, that's right.
That's crazy.
Yep.
All right, so we're hugely not centered around motivation. We know that motivation is like a shower; it wears off. But our intent is to just inspire someone to go and get the right circle of people around you. You cannot move and elevate higher than your circle. If you're the guy, don't be the guy. Go get around the guy.
Yeah, and you know what's interesting about that is I see two different perspectives, right? So we have the phrase of like being a product in your environment.
Yeah.
You know, and which people I think use in a bad way. Like they use it as an excuse to not be different. Like, well, I'm just a product of my environment, you know. But if you chase the right environment, it's a good thing, right? And then the second perspective is making your environment a product of you. You know, so what kind of men get into a room and change that room? What kind of men get into a room and people, you know, stand up, show respect? You know, this is definitely a space for both, from both perspectives to kind of come together.
Absolutely. And so once a month, we take these conversations off the mic, so to speak. This is where we do a podcast here in our studio, but once a month, we encourage all the King's men to get together. And that's where we get people who may primarily live on the South Side, but they are doing some really good things on the South Side, and we want to introduce you to a brother who's doing very good things on the West Side. And the West Side and the South Side, they meet in Naperville. So I think that's where we put you guys in a room together. It's great networking, just real conversations. No filters, at the live events. It's crazy. So you're not just, listening, you're accessing someone who you probably would not have had access to ask questions, to be around and pick their brain. And I'm not sure if it already exists, but if it does, we're going to do it better. All right, okay? Just
there
let
you
you
go.
know.
Yeah.
Hey, I want to see you guys next time. Until then, all the Kingsmen said.
Oh. We got to work that out.
Yeah.